I've been plotting a lot of, content topics for us to talk about, but I wanted to start off this video by sharing a small win. I've been planning on like guest speakers that I want to have on this podcast to share their journey so that we can all build in different ways. And so if you're new to Building Me, this podcast, the objective of this podcast is for like-minded people to grow in any and every way that they are aspiring to grow to or to build on. So that whether that's building your faith, building your mindset, building your accountability, building your circle, building your finances, you name it, let's build on it. Okay, and over here, I like to say that if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. I forgot who quoted it, but don't quote me. It was not me. But in this video, I wanted to really talk about one thing that I realized about myself. So I'm the type of person that likes to do everything on my own. So one thing that I realized that I need is an editor. And I've had an editor, but I haven't had a consistent editor, someone to edit on my videos. Because one thing I'm good at doing is recording, filming, being in front of this camera and doing the do. But what I struggle with is the editing part, not because I don't know how to, but because I simply can't find the time. Or when I do, I can't make time for every single video that I need to make time for. So that's where, getting an editor would really, really help me. So if you have this mindset of, I can do this, I'm going to make time for it, I'm going to make time for it, it's going to work, I'm going to, manage my time, be able to do this, and then time comes to do all that and you can't really do it, or maybe you do it once and can't continue, then you need to stop putting so much eggs or so much on your plate. Relay the work to where it needs to be relayed to. So if you need an editor, get an editor. If you need a writer, get a writer. If you need someone to record your videos, get that person to do it. If you need a graphic designer, get a graphic designer. Don't try to put so much on your plate in the sake of I can do it. That is me. And like I said, one thing I know I need is an editor because I have so many ideas, literally just flowing through my mind like a river, like a stream of river, like Niagara Falls. That is my brain. That's my brain flowing with ideas. And I just need to start, doing and stop thinking that I can also do and also do more, because there's so many other things that need to be done. So if it helps to relay the job, relay that job. I want to talk about discipline beats motivation, because lately, I guess in the beginning of the year, I've really wanted to work on doing the things that I say I'm going to do and being disciplined. So in the beginning of the year, I learned to stick to the plan, or stick to my plan, not my mood. And so this year, I've really been trying to work on it. I feel like every single day I wake up, I'm like, okay, let's stick to the plan, let's stick to the plan. And then sometimes, let's say I have 5 days in a week. Let's say 2 out of those 5 days, I find myself, being consistent and being, disciplined. And then the other 3 days, I find myself moody, or I'll feel this type of way, okay, I don't feel like doing this now, or I'll do it later. I'll push off the work and it doesn't end up being done. And so the more that happened, the more I realized that, okay, you feel like you need to be motivated, but even motivation isn't helping you. So I was okay, I need to get motivated. I need something to motivate me so I can, keep going. So I would listen to music, watch videos on YouTube, listen to motivational speakers, watch motivational reels, thinking that was going to motivate me, but that was not doing, it was doing something in the 60 seconds of watching those videos. But then after that 60, 90 seconds, I would go back to being in the state of being moody, or feeling okay, maybe I should do this later. And so it wasn't until, I think it was a few weeks ago, someone sent me a video, because I was telling them I was struggling to stay motivated, and I was how do you stay motivated, etc. And then he was mentioning that it came to a point you don't like motivation is going to be there, but at the same time, like it, for him, it just came up, it came to the point where you have to be disciplined. So he sent me a video, and it was two videos, and it was about like different mindsets. And the first video was catered more to men, but the second video was catered more to everyone. And I felt like that video helped me a lot more. I forgot the name of the video, but by the end of the video, I realized that, like, hey, Glory, like, you don't have a motivation problem. You have a discipline problem. Like, you say you want to do this, but then your mood changes and you can no longer do this because of how you're feeling in the moment. So at this point, you need to work on how to stay disciplined. So I started to put it into prayer. Like, God, help me to stay disciplined so that, you know, I can do the things that I say I'm going to do, that I need to do, no matter how I'm feeling, no matter what the back of the voice behind my head, or the whatever that saying is saying, like, do this later, like, don't worry about this, like, forget about it. No, like, do it now, worry about it now, stay disciplined no matter how you're feeling, because then you might be missing an opportunity, or you won't be able to go as far as you want to go to, just because of this mood that's going to be reoccurring. So yeah, and then I watched another video like just a few days ago. It was an entrepreneur, very well. I don't know if he's well known, but I just learned about him, I think 2 months ago, and he has a YouTube channel in I'm really forgetting his name, but it's not a hard name. But anyways, he was saying he turned 40, and he was talking about the 40 lessons he learned in his 40 years of living. And a lot of the points I knew, but one of the points he said was discipline beats motivation. And I was like, yes, I can relate to that, because like I just learned it, and it's so, so true. I will, instead of seeking motivation, like I need to be motivated, motivate me. Like instead of finding and seeking motivation to stay motivated, motivation is not going to get you anywhere unless you're constantly watching a motivational video or something that's motivating you as you're working. If not, you're not going to stay motivated. I mean, at least for me, if you're like me, then you're not going to stay motivated. No matter how many times you think you are after watching that one video, or listening to that one motivational speaker, or going to that one conference that's really going to hype everybody up, to start that business, finish that deal, whatever it is, it's not going to work. At the end of the day, you're going to leave that place. You're going to finish that video, and you're going to decide, what do I need to do now to start to be where I need to be next year? What do I need to, cut off, etc.? How do I need to stay disciplined in order for me? How do I need to stay disciplined in order to accomplish what I need to accomplish, in order to reach my goals? And that just came to a point where I was like, okay, yeah, like I'm no longer thinking the way I used to think. Like, forget motivation, legit forget motivation. Because now I listen to like this morning I was in like one of my brokerages webinar, but it was live. I was there in person, and we had a guest speaker, and he was doing amazing in his first 3 years of real estate. Like currently, he reached 3 years last month. June 2025, and he was doing the same things I was doing, but he just had a much better result. And then it started to motivate me. But then I was like, okay, like even though this is motivating me, like I'm not getting the same results as he was. So in a way, I got motivated, but I still got a little bit defeated or demotivated, because we're doing the same things, but he's getting a much better result than I am. So then I had to search my brain, like, okay, it's not about the motivation, it's about the discipline. Like, what is he doing that you're not doing? So I had to think about that, reflect on that, and like say, okay, like what are you gonna do when you go home or tomorrow to maybe be closer to where he's at, or be where you need to be, and not mope or whine about where you're not at. And that was just a big lesson for me. So if you're like that, then listen, motivation ain't nothing, ain't gonna get you nowhere if you don't have discipline. Even with food, oh my gosh, with food. Like, one thing that I've been doing the past 2 weeks is praying, like, hey God, like, help me to stay disciplined. Like, today's gonna be I legit say, God, today's gonna be a good day. I'm gonna be disciplined when it comes to what I eat, when it comes to when I go to bed. I gotta stop going to bed at past 12 a.m. and wanting to wake up 6 a.m. is not going to work. And even with like work, stopping work at 5 so I can do other work that needs to get done, and other things. So I think I did that with food the same week, and I've been seeing like a not massive or big, but I've been seeing a difference. Like my mindset, like I want to eat something, I'll be like, okay, Glory, you ate this, you're gonna eat this tomorrow. Let's not do that right now. Like that's discipline to me. So like snaps for the growth, because yeah, like it's all about mindset and being aware, because sometimes I'm not aware. So like for me to be disciplined and to do the thing I want to do, I have to remember my why, remember what I did yesterday, what I'm going to do, so that I can make a wise choice right now. So yeah, for you as well, if you are not aware, if you are not as disciplined, think about your why, where you're going, where you've been, and start making like wiser choices, and choices that are going to better shape your future. Thanks, guys. Until the next time, let's keep building. Bye. Mwah.